We landed in Seattle on day 7 of being on the road. It felt surreal to be back in the heart of the city. We were invited to stay with our friends in their penthouse right downtown and decided to park in the lot right next to our old apartment since it was within walking distance. After spending the past 6 months in Spokane saving up for our trip, we couldn't help but feel some nostalgia as we walked the familiar streets. The city greeted us with its usual hum of activity, and we found ourselves drawn to Pike Place Market. It all brought back so many memories. It reminded us of the life we built here and the friends we'd missed. We spent the weekend exploring some of our favorite spots in the Seattle area.
Oh my God.
On the day we departed, we made one last stop on our way out, Discovery Park. With its comforting forest trails leading to ocean views, it feels like an escape within the city. The colonial-style houses from the old Fort Lawton are nestled in the park. They've always intrigued us on past visits. They're a peek into Seattle's history. Our next destination was Lake Ozette, which is in the far northwest corner of the Olympic Peninsula. You can hike from the lake to the ocean and camp on the coast. Kyra has done the hike before and was determined to make it our first backpacking trip of the journey. To get there, we drove up to Edmonds to catch the ferry to Kingston. This scenic boat ride across the Puget Sound is so nostalgic for both of us. After a short drive from the ferry terminal, we paused for a quick lunch at one of my favorite spots from my time delivery driving in the area. While crossing the peninsula, we spent a few days wild camping on the outskirts of the Olympic National Park. We found a peaceful and secluded spot in the forest to enjoy some solitude together. The area was full of all manner of life, including seemingly wild chickens, gorgeous flowers, fungi, and frogs. Ravens were heard, but not seen.
Arriving at Ozette, we snagged a campsite by the lake for the night. Bird watching became the highlight of our stay there. We made sure to get binoculars and a book. There were so many different species. The Puget Sound holds second place to Alaska for having the highest bald eagle population in the U.S. The Stellar Jays made themselves known once again, a beautiful mohawked bird that would come into our campsite after we had washed dishes and enjoy our little scraps. Little did we know they would become a reoccurring symbol throughout the trip. The forest around Lake Ozette overflowed with life. So many slugs everywhere. Freshwater mussels in the lake, and even white-tailed deer. After a hearty cast-iron breakfast cooked over the fire, we packed up for our hike to Cape Alava. While at the Port Angeles Ranger Station, we had picked up our permit for a one-night stay and rented bear boxes to keep our food safe. The trail to Alava was just 3.6 miles, a boardwalk with minimal elevation to hike up. It seemed like an easy start to our backpacking adventures. But as soon as we began, the strap on Dylan's backpack snapped clean off. Luckily, we had a small sewing kit with us, something we'd been carrying ever since stitching the driver's seat back together in the truck. After some quick repairs, we pressed on, only for the strap to break again within the first mile. It was certainly annoying, but we managed another fix and kept going. The forest felt like a scene straight out of Twilight. Towering trees, foggy skies, and that vibrant, welcoming shade of green everywhere.
It's hard to believe that's a mushroom. Putting my phone charger in here.
When we finally reached Cape Alava, the ocean stretched out before us. Small islands were just across the tide pools, and eagles soared above. We picked a couple of decently spaced trees and got to work setting up our hammocks. Dylan made us a fire, and I rehydrated our dinner. The sun over the water was brilliant, and though our phones quickly died, making us miss out on filming opportunities, the peacefulness of disconnecting was a gift.
By the end of June, we were back in Seattle for the Pride Parade. Staying with an uncle in Capitol Hill, we got to dress up and join the party. The streets were alive with rainbows, music, and happiness. It was incredible to see the city we love shine so brightly. After the festivities, Kyra's uncle recommended a spot to stay the night outside Seattle in Shoreline at a place called Kayu Park. We parked near the railroad tracks and prepared for the night. When it started to get dark, we had our first of few interactions with law enforcement. An officer was shining his flashlight through our windows, and we assumed we'd be asked to leave. Instead, he was just checking our license plate to ensure the truck wasn't stolen, and actually said it was fine for us to stay. That night, we brought out our longboards for the first time on the trip. The smooth neighborhood streets were perfect, and it felt amazing to glide together under the soft glow of streetlights. Our longboards became a go-to activity throughout our travels, especially in areas without many hiking options. Next on our list were the San Juan Islands. We have fond memories of visiting Orcas Island on a school trip in the 8th grade and wanted to return. However, after researching, we realized trying to stay on most of the islands was going to be too expensive. Resorts and pricey campgrounds dominated the options. But Lopez Island was an exception. With free 72-hour parking on Tower Road and even restrooms and showers, it was the perfect choice. We paid the pricey $70 ferry fee and headed to Lopez. Once we arrived, we realized just how worth the money it was. It felt safe and comfortable. The island welcomed us with a quiet charm. Tower Road was lined with raspberry bushes and bunnies. Across the street was a very aesthetically pleasing ramen house we were hoping to get dinner at. But it was such a popular place, being one of the only restaurants on the island, that reservations were booked weeks in advance. Instead, we made top ramen and watched Spirited Away, feeling inspired by the restaurant's decor. We arrived on the 3rd of July, which meant our 72 hours on the island would include celebrating the 4th. The few islanders we did see were incredibly kind. Shout out to Paul, who walked around barefoot with a machete, and his dog Sasha. He gave us lots of great information about the island, including the take it or leave it shop by the island's dump. Instead of throwing everything away, usable items were put here, then made available to anybody who wants them, for free. There were clothes, tools, kitchenware, music, books, and so much more. We found a few screws that were the perfect size we needed to fix the pop-up latch that had broken in the Columbia Basin.
We also got a professional-grade frying pan, which then became my best friend for the rest of the trip, along with some CDs and books. Then, on the 4th, Tower Road was flooded with locals, eager to hit up the thrift store sale and get a good spot to watch the fireworks.
Bagel breakfast.
But just as quickly as the people came, after the fireworks were over, we were left alone with the bunnies again.
In order to charge our devices, we bought a portable battery that could attach to a solar panel. When we were driving, we would plug the fridge into the truck. To save our truck battery while parked, we would plug the fridge into the battery. While in Seattle, we made the mistake of leaving the fridge plugged into the truck. Over the weekend, while the truck sat in a parking lot, the fridge killed the truck battery. Thankfully, we had brought a portable jumper, which gave the truck some life again. We quickly learned how important it was to keep the truck battery at a good level and pay attention to what was plugged in while we were away. Even our dash cam had drained the battery at one point.
Just as we got off the ferry back in Anacortes, with plans to head to the Cascade Mountains, we got a text from a family friend, Mark. He knows we're out traveling and invites us to Index. We've never even heard of the place, but with an offer to take us on a rafting trip on the Skykomish River for free, we say absolutely. It's only a few hours drive away, so what the heck? He tells us there's a place called the Bush House, a beautifully restored inn and restaurant just a couple blocks from the river, where he's been helping out as a rafting guide. We were excited to have something pull us off our expected course. We knew it would be an adventure to remember.